Hello proxies, it's your boy Josh, and if you guys just came from the version 2.5 special program and or the creator podcast that we just hosted, yo, how's it going? Today we'll be reviewing the biggest changes Zenless is bringing to version 2.5, and it would be an understatement to say that we are adding, buffing, and even subtracting things to make the Zenless experience be all that much better. So let's quickly jump into the top changes coming in Zenless version 2.5. First off, let's start with the characters. Well, unfortunately for how much I love Ye, I can't mention her as a change, nor can I mention Xiao as they're just new characters. But just as an update, we are getting Xiao for free. We're also getting a free Jane skin, and we're getting a whole new rerun banner system, the recently reworked Sambi, Astriao, and Alice, which is so surprising. So this is a great opportunity to pick up some more meta characters that will help you round out your boxes. And that's because we're actually talking about the awakened potential characters of the older standard characters of Soldier 11 and Grace, and even more new characters down the road. Now, before we get into their buffs, this is actually quite rare. Not that buffs or reworks are rare these days, but to see a standard character getting buffed is actually a sight for sore eyes, especially since newer or beginner players will more likely then get access to these characters first outside of the on-banner units. Having the standard cast feel or stay relevant is only a huge positive for the entire player base, and we just saw Genshin doing it with their Hexarray characters, so good on you, Zenless. With these two characters, we are seeing a substantial overhaul of some of their base kits in order to give them more opportunities for just overall damage output and better feel of kit. So statistically, they've gotten a huge upgrade, but they're not going to be too overpowered. Hey folks, it's Post-Edit Josh here to tell you about the sponsor of this video, LD Shop. Now, LD Shop has been gracious enough to provide us with some fun perks while we top up to 35% off of our favorite games. Almost any mobile game you play can be found here with bundles for bundles. Wait, that's kind of genius. And off of your first purchase, LD Shop wants to make you a customer for your gacha stay. So they're giving you a top up starting at 22%. All you need to do is take your ID, region, and enter your payment method, which they have it all, and boom. Yeah, you can't miss out on even more savings because I have an additional 15% off code if you use the link below with an extra 5% coupon for later. Take a look at the Internet passes. They are $3.60 versus your regular $5. That money adds up, folks. Well, make sure to drop by LD Shop by clicking the link in the description for exclusive perks and discounts. And thank you to LD Shop for sponsoring this video. Next, we come to Soldier. Now, Soldier's a bit more tame because she was in a much more solid state prior to the rework. But with her, she gains bonuses by blocking or parrying enemy attacks into a new basic attack line that looks legit. Again, these are two standard characters, and I wasn't even expecting the standard characters to get buff in the first place, so these are amazing changes. Yet now we just gotta buff Colette. Please, she needs some help. After that, we are getting buff changes to another early character, but it's not who you'd initially think. It's actually Bernice. And with these changes, they're going to make her feel so much more sustainable and even stronger than before. I'm not gonna lie, equipping older characters with the ability to bloom is actually so nice. Extra damage and a way to feed and build off of the other anomaly character and what they're doing. Now we actually have to, again, consider ICDs with these types of things, but overall these changes significantly raise the viability of the characters like Bernice and Grace, two characters that have been out of the loop because of their contributions as either anomaly drivers or sub-DPS anomaly disorders was a little bit subpar prior. We are also going to be seeing tiny damage bonuses to Sambi and Ellen Jo, who previously already got reworked. Here we'll be seeing extra bonuses to their dash attacks, crit damage bonuses, elemental res shreds, and more, so be on the lookout for an extra boost to the already reworked characters to get even that much more of a bump. And that'll wrap it up for the reworks and buffs. This section was pretty large, but definitely in charge, as these older characters were definitely some of the most beloved of the cast. And fans of old who are returning and newer players who are picking up these characters for the first time will be able to actually use them in a much more viable state going into version 2.5. And of course, it makes you feel just ever so slightly less shitty for losing your 50/50s. Next, we're going to review the endgame changes, and this section I honestly didn't think we'd see. First, we do have the new co-op mode. This is going to be a fun one, folks, and to get to actually jump into levels with you, and others in Twitch chat. I'm actually excited about all the possibilities we can do tournaments, showcases, and a bunch more game nights with friends. It's gonna be a blast. But not only are we getting a whole new way to game, we are also getting a new change to the Jshoea defense. That's right, with the new system, instead of 7 stages, we are only getting 5. 4 from the regular clears and 1 difficult stage where we now need to bring 3 teams for the clears. And not only do we get slightly more rewards, but there is a possibility for a higher rank of clear, an S rank plus of sorts, that'll allow you to gain some extra non-polychrome rewards. More than likely just some name tags as well as an achievement for beating it. If you think this might be too difficult for you, make sure to swing by our Twitch live streams and our YouTubes as well, as we will be doing a bunch of account reviews and even premium account pilots to help you guys best the competition. I know learning these types of games can be rough with all the combos, team comps, and enemies you have to consider. So I do general account reviews and even pilots again to help teach you to build your accounts. So if you feel like that might be something up your alley, make sure to join us over on our live streams. Then outside of the Endgame, we are also getting some newer items to drive disc menus. These 2 drives are, well, interesting. One is clearly for Jshoea, the physical set that grants extra crit and physical on the 2 set. Yep, what is this other set, Josh? It has ether and anomaly bonuses, and then during stuns you get an additional damage multiplier. Well, I assume the Angels of Delusion are going to make full use of this one somehow, because it isn't the most effective for Vivian, I'll say that much. But as a cheeky sub DPS build, I could see Nicole being able to use it, but that's because I like making non-DPS characters do big PP damage, so. Anywho, I did want to circle back just a bit to the endgame. I understand it's a new introduction versus the changes we were supposed to go through in this video, but I just need to shout out again the co-op mode, because we've been looking for ways to interact with other players, friends, and even just being able to find a new friend online randomly. Co-op has been relatively successful in many of these types of games, Genshin being the blueprint, so I'm excited to see what we can do to expand the ways to play alongside with each other going forward. Talking about gaming with friends and co-op, we are going to be gaining a new pseudo guild system via the Internet network. Yes, through here you're going to be able to get into group chats, I believe, and you're going to be able to complete missions requested by other proxies, aka other players, and allow yourselves to grab extra resources. This is a really cool system, and it incentivizes us to actually befriend people in game when the friend system was pretty useless before. So this is quite the nice change. And down below is a link to our Discord, as we will be setting up internet channels for all 3 regions of NA, EU, and Asia. So if you want to join any of the regional guilds, make sure to join our community Discord to join in on the fun. Next, outside of the endgame, a big change to the shop system. We are getting older weapons back through the redeems. In the same shop, we're getting the Awakened Potential tickets. These will cost a hefty price, but will allow us to get nice options such as the Markotter's Desire, and even Gilded Blossom is pretty nice. Yet this also comes with the introduction of an event-exclusive W engine for the newer Rupture class, and this W engine is actually HP based, unlike some other ones with attack, possibly. But yes, finally will we be able to get a nice budget option to use for those extra Rupture agents you managed to pick up. Although I will be completely honest, using the Qingling Birdcage or any alternative premium S-rank W engine actually does cover the field pretty well as stat sticks alone. So even if you just have one of them, might as well pass it around to all of your Rupture agents. But for modes like Jshoea Defense, where teams might be locked, having an extra option will be necessary. And talking about a shop, there is a new upgraded Battle Pass shop where you can actually exchange these puzzle pieces for these gold cube-like materials. You can collect 4 of these golden cubes to turn into any of the available new engines that are either the standard or the previous limited 1.0 through 1.3 W engines, which is actually insane. This of course is tied to the paid promotion where you can actually pay for either monochromes or the internet pass or even the battle pass itself, and you can get up to a certain amount of thresholds, aka this is a spending event, and per how much you spend, I believe it might be $100 to $200, you can actually earn yourself an extra free copy of any of the characters above and even a Wenjin option. All you need to do is collect around 4 of these cubes, which should take around 4 battle pass worth of time, which isn't too terrible to grab a free S rank Wenjin. And one last interesting change is that with prepaid cards grabbed through the Devon pawn shop, you can actually now use them like condensed resin in Genshin to convert extra batteries into ether batteries, allowing you to stockpile up the batteries, yet also technically use them for dailies, which is actually pretty nice. This, alongside the overflow bank, actually makes the stamina management very versatile and accommodating for all types of players. But just note that the previous Victoria housekeeping tickets will be converted back into ether batteries. So if you guys wanted to save the Victoria housekeeping tickets to convert into free runs, they're actually just overhauling that entirely and introducing a new sweeping system that will allow you to use said ether batteries to immediately complete the stages, which arguably is all that more convenient. And boom, that's it for the major changes coming to Zenless Zone Zero in the new 2.5 version update. I'm pretty sure I missed one or two more smaller quality of life changes, but let me know down in the comments, what was your biggest surprise change that you didn't see coming? Thanks so much for watching, and if you guys have any questions or would like to game with us, make sure to hit up our Twitch and YouTube live streams. My name is Josh, and we'll see you in the next one.